Welcome to an episode of Solidify Your Business. And today we're talking about, is it worth it to do something like this, like to do a live stream in 2025? Why or why not? And we're also going to be talking about a discovery, an aha, an oh that we had in 2024, which is why we were like, you know what, we really need to share this stuff. So you know what? It's really cold in New Jersey. I know it's really cold in Louisiana right now too. So just
Yeah, we have snow for the first time.
woo, woo. You know, I'm getting like a little throat thing. So grab a nice warm drink and join us. So let's talk about you and your authority and your expertise and your wisdom and how to get that in front of the right people. You know, how to use what you already have to attract the people that you're meant to help. And really doing a live stream is one of the best ways to do it, right? But it's also one of those things that people have a ton of resistance to. So
Yeah.
we're going to go underneath the surface today as to why you might be feeling some of that resistance, um, what not to do when you're on a live stream, and I guarantee it's not what you think.
And also what not to worry about when you're about to go live or while you're live.
Totally.
Mm.
And why it's really the one strategy that I've taught for years to any new clients that were struggling with their marketing, with being seen, visibility, with posting, with having to show up every single day, and who really wanted to consolidate all of those efforts into this one thing that they could do and show up for themselves and their audience. Excuse me, you hear that?
Yeah.
So yeah. So Anna, why do you think? So wait, before that, let me just tell you about the possibilities here.
Yeah.
When you do a live stream and you just do it once a week, I'm not talking about like a random live stream just whenever you feel inspired. I'm talking about like a committed live stream. We call it your signature show. We have usually traditionally done this inside of our Facebook group. And you know what? We've decided to actually open up the conversation even more. But in any case, the definition of a live stream that we're talking about here is your signature show, meaning there is a theme. You talk about the same similar topic every single week. Maybe you talk about different problems, different angles, different stories. And it's like it's the show that people start getting to know you for, you know?
Yeah.
And you do it live, so it's not like it's pre-recorded or anything like that. And well, what else is very unique about the process that I've taught, Anna?
Well, that consistency, I think, is what is really unique about it. As far as being able to show up, right, in your audience's world on a regular basis. Like nothing is quite like a live stream. And that's why I've also done it for many years. You
Yeah.
know, it's
No,
just
it's
it's
not.
powerful.
It's the video in general is powerful, but the market is different today. You
Yeah.
know, the market meaning the people on the other side of the marketing, right? The
Yes.
people who are scrolling through social media. So back in the olden days, they used to say 7 touch points, 10 touch points, 12 touch points in order
Yeah.
for someone to recognize your brand, your business, your service, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But now it's probably like 3 times more than that.
For sure.
So, so in a market that's more crowded than ever, and there's more increasing more distrust, I would say.
Skepticism.
Skepticism,
Yeah.
yeah. I think live streams still reign supreme.
For
And
sure.
one of the questions that I get asked the most is like, how can I have a live stream? Like, is it worth it for me to have a live stream? Like, anyone can have a live stream. If you have uh even if you don't have a business, you can have a live stream. You know,
For
if
sure.
you have an interest on a particular topic, if you have like I'm just going to talk about my husband, like Bobby.
Yeah.
He loves pickleball out
He's a
there.
fan,
He's
like
a fanatic.
fanatic.
Loves it, right? But that's one of the things that he loves. He also loves basketball. Like we're a basketball family. So if he wanted to have a weekly live stream about either one of those things, even if it's not a business, I guarantee you that people would watch,
Yeah,
people that are interested in that, right?
yeah,
So maybe you're a realtor, maybe you have a service, maybe you're a coach, maybe you have a brick and mortar business. It doesn't matter because a live stream really gives you the platform to really share your wisdom.
yeah.
Okay. And that's the key, I think. Like being able to share your wisdom. Now, let me just kind of give you a little definition of that. Like your wisdom is the culmination of all of your experiences and knowledge and maybe trainings and stories and all of that gets, you know, filtered down through you and only you can share that. Only you. Like
Yeah.
not ChatGPT, not a robot, not your brother or sister, like only you can do that. And so if we're talking about business and growing your business, well, the biggest hurdle at first is always going to be that know, like, and trust factor, right?
Yeah.
And once you overcome that know, like, and trust factor, it's really just a matter of you having the right offer with the right messaging in front of enough people. So that those are kind of like the two pillars that I always kind of see.
Yeah.
Um, but first you have to be able to overcome that know, like, and trust factor. I don't know any other marketing at this point that does that better than a live stream, truthfully.
No, there isn't. Like even is like you mentioned all the different kind of industries that can use a live. Is I've been there. Like I've done it with the different stages of my business when I owned a brick and mortar, when I'm now a coach, and when I did, promoted a product, for example, right? Like it's so versatile, and what I love about it is that when you go live and you have that engagement, it's like a two-way kind of thing, and it's not just one way. It's like, oh, it's actually live, like I can actually converse with you and engage with you, and you're a real person, you're not AI, right?
Yeah.
um there's just nothing. I mean, obviously in person is always great. There's
Yes.
nothing that could replace that, but like next to that, lives are have been like one of my most powerful tools. And I can't tell you how many times I've gotten the comment whenever I do meet somebody in person, for example, or maybe we're in a Zoom together. Eventually, once we're working together, we're like, I feel like I've known you. Like, I feel like I just know you, personally.
Yeah.
And that's that know, like, and trust factor that we're after, right? And there's really nothing that can do that
No,
compared to a live
no,
video.
I mean, because the live stream actually allows you to, it's really where you get to show off your energy. They say, what is that saying? A picture is worth 1,000 words. A live stream is worth a million words.
10x, 100x.
Yeah, because I think people really get to know you. They get to know they see your energy, your vibe. And one of the coolest things about a live stream also is that it's designed so that you don't have to be perfect. Like
Yeah.
you get to be you, you know? I have a client and I don't know if she's on here, Nadia.
Yeah.
Anyway, she went through one of the masterminds, my masterminds, and we created everything for her. Like we created her packages, her messaging, I set up systems, all of that fun stuff. And when we got to the part of the mastermind where it's all about visibility, it's like, okay, well, now it's time to launch your signature show. Let's talk about what it's going to be, what you're going to talk about, the thing, all of that, the branding part. And she was like, you're smoking something. I'm not doing that. And I was like, yes, you are. And
That's so crazy because we did an interview with her just a few months ago, and she's like a totally different person.
totally different person. And so anyways, one of the cool thing, I don't know, I feel like this happens a lot with our clients. Like they do all the other stuff, but then when it comes to that my show, I want to have my show, but I don't want to do it, you know?
Yeah.
But then once they start doing it, it's addictive.
Yeah.
It's addictive because it feels good to be generous and to share.
Yeah.
And that's what a live stream is, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, so Nadia, she started doing it and she actually started doing it on TikTok. And one day I was on there just like scrolling around because I'm not really like that active on there. And I see Nadia, and she's literally in her kitchen. Her hair is like in a bun, and she just woke up and she's having coffee. And you could see like all the people that were tuning in, and she was just saying what's up. Like,
Yeah.
hey guys, like nothing like talking about her topic, which is mental health. But it was so unscripted and so refreshing.
So
And
relatable.
so relatable until she saw me. She's like, "Oh my God, my coach is on here." She's so funny. But yeah, it's that's the cool thing about a live stream that you give people a window into your life and into who you really are. And if you're watching this, I'm 100% sure you're really freaking awesome. So,
Yeah, for sure. So let's actually ask them a question like, what have you done a live stream?
yes.
Or have you thought about like even doing your own show or like even the thought of having your own show? How do you feel about that? And,
Let us know in
and
the comments. We're really,
yeah,
really like curious. Have you ever thought about doing your live stream, or are you currently doing a live stream right now?
yeah, yeah. So that's one question, right? Because if we were really serious or
Mhm.
intentional about like answering that question, then we'll kind of know it's like, okay, well, if live stream is one of the most powerful tools available to you right now, why haven't you done it? Right? Because we can come up with so many reasons why we wouldn't, right? And yet on the other side of the doing of it, like I said, you get addicted and you start actually loving it because then it
Mhm.
gives you literally a platform. Like we were just talking about this before we hopped on. Like my daughter who's 9, she's been following these siblings. There's 5 of them, and like all they do is it's play and like on like play different games, right? And
On a live
record them.
stream, like
Well, they will go live and then they'll post like,
the replay.
gaming sessions that they did and stuff. But the point is that it's on video, right? And she's been watching them for like 7 years. Like
Wow.
literally, and these YouTubers are doing this full time. So it like literally
They're just
it
kids.
yeah, exactly. It's their platform, right? It's their
Wow.
platform that was never really available to us growing up,
No,
but
true.
like that generation is like they're never gonna know a time without YouTube or without live streams. But like this is such an amazing time to be able to just choose one. Like Facebook is my favorite, right?
Yeah.
Such a great time to like if I just focused on creating this show and actually like creating real connections and engaging with my audience and sharing my wisdom, right? That was has never been available to us before.
Not before, like, no, this generation, this, yes. Yes, yes, yes to
Yeah.
everything you're
We
saying.
take it for granted,
Yeah, we do. You know, I was sharing with you that we always say we learn so much from our kids, and it's such a like a high concept, but let me tell you all, I literally have learned to cook from my child. My 10-year-old has taught Mariel to cook, like to
Yeah.
actually be a good cook. And he learned it all from social media, like from
Yeah.
videos that he watches. Like he makes the other day, he made like the best fried rice ever. He makes steak like no one's business. He asks me for specific herbs, and I'm like, "Oh my God, who are you?"
I
So
love it.
I'm always like, "Nikki, let's start a YouTube channel." And he's
Yeah.
like, "No, no, no." He's having fun, but he's learned all of this. So yeah, I think you're right. I think that there won't ever be a time where our kids are gonna not remember
No.
media and be and having and learning from the media, learning from videos and that kind of thing. So in
Yeah.
my opinion, it's really the best tool we have. I know
Yeah.
so many women who are so, 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 so gifted and talented and have so much to share. And I know that in their mind's eye, they see themselves on a stage. They belong on a stage.
Yeah,
They've written books. Like they literally see themselves on a stage because that's where they belong,
for sure.
sharing.
Yeah.
Um, but yet we have a stage. We have a digital stage,
Yeah. A virtual one.
a
Yeah.
virtual one, um, which is also the reason why podcasts are also super cool. And let me just say that when you have your live stream, you can double up and turn it into a podcast easily.
Yeah,
Easy.
you read my mind actually.
So
Because
that's
one of the things that I love in your signature show, which is the program that you created, is that there's a way that you have structured your live streams to where like you can create now reels and I mean shorts and reels or wherever you're posting them. I mean, hands down, the platforms, the algorithm, and people in general favor those short clips, right? And because you're on video and you have long form content, you can turn it into clips. I mean, there's softwares now that you can use to repurpose your clips, but if you structure it from the very beginning with the intention to turn it into short reels, then that takes care of the content.
for the week.
Like what am I gonna write today? What am I gonna post today? Kind of dilemma, right? Yeah.
So true.
And podcasts don't do that. That's kind of what brought
Right,
that to
right.
my attention.
Yes.
But the video can go into podcast.
Yes.
Yeah.
So think of it this way. If you have a podcast, just always start video first.
Yeah.
So if you think of it as a vertical process, video first, audio second, turn it into reels, then into posts, then into quotes. So
Yeah.
like that's kind of how you can tackle it all. But
Yeah, for
anyway,
sure.
I don't want you to feel like you have to do that because that does take some planning and some finessing here and finessing
Yeah.
there. And but that way you don't have to dance. I don't know. I'm not a TikTok.
We're just showing you all the possibilities of what like a live stream can do, right?
Yeah.
Versus just a podcast or just a blog.
Totally. So, we did mention I've been teaching people how to do live streams as part of their marketing plan for many, many years. And last year, we actually there was always there's always resistance. I mean, that's just the ego. The ego's like, no, thank you. I'm gonna get eaten by a lion, or. No, actually,
Your
you're just
primal
turn
brain.
on that little camera, and then when you turn it off, you're going to be just fine.
Yeah, yeah, for
But
sure.
but anyways, it's normal to feel a lot of things and resistance, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But one of the things that we noticed last year was once we saw people really launching their shows, not everyone, went into the mastermind. Some people just bought your signature show, which is one of
Mhm.
the courses. And they went out because it teaches you how to do it, like how to create and brand and what to say and that kind of thing. Structure. But then we started noticing that some of the people that didn't go into the mastermind launched their signature show. Some of them did really well, and some of them struggled. And we were like, she's doing something wrong. Like, you're not going to get like, all the success on day one, but you should be bringing in clients by, in the first month, 2 months of you doing your live stream.
Yeah.
And so we went back to the drawing board and we're like, why? What is it? And so this year, so we figured out what it was.
Yeah.
And it's really, in order to get clients, reaching out to you and really building that bridge between that know, like, and trust factor, you need to really value connection. And yes, live streams create connection, but we also are talking about inspiring them to take a step with you. And you being prepared with what is that step that you want them to take. And that was the missing link. So it's not
Yeah.
just, do you want to give an example about that, Anna?
Yeah, I mean, just for example, like,
I know you were
um,
mentioning some of those things.
yeah, um, I think one of the biggest things is like just not even knowing like how to do that, like not having the skill to inspire the action, or like what are some of the things that different things that you can do or say during your live stream that will inspire that, right?
Like what calls to action?
Yeah, like a call to action, for example, to where it's like, and a call to action can look very different, depending on your topic and depending on what you're talking about.
Right.
So it's just like being intentional when you're even if you don't the live stream, it doesn't have to be perfect, right? But at least having a plan to like, okay, how does this lead to a real connection? How can I, kind of, there's going to be those silent watchers, right? How can I bring those silent watchers, like maybe not even to comment on the actual video, but to have them DM me first. And it's not salesy or pushy or awkward. It's not about making a sale. If
Correct.
if if that's if that's all you want from this, is then you're missing the point, right? But
Yeah.
it's like, how can you be like genuinely um kind of create that connection, you
Yeah.
know?
Because you know what? I think everybody wants to just naturally get engagement, but let me just tell you, engagement doesn't happen by accident.
Totally. Yeah, for
It,
sure.
it it really does start with you knowing, okay, well, if somebody is a perfect fit, what would be the first thing that I could help them solve, for
Yeah.
example?
Yeah.
Like, what's the first call to action?
Yeah.
And a call to action doesn't mean that you need to, your call to action needs to be book a call with me if this resonates with
Yeah.
you. It can be, but it doesn't have to be. And it doesn't have to be like, buy this or buy that. It can be, but it doesn't have to. A
Yeah.
call to action can be anything like, drop a comment if this resonates, or drop a comment if you've ever thought of doing a live stream, or if you have one right now, because I would love to actually check it out, see what you're all about, right? It could
Yeah,
also
for sure.
be type yes if you've ever faced this particular struggle. We need direction. Like, what do you want me to do?
Totally.
Like, save me some brain power, some brain cells here. Like,
Yeah,
just
for
tell me
sure.
what to do.
Yeah, totally. It's kind of
So, like,
like, like with our kids, like you have to like tell them specifically.
yeah, you kind of be a little bossy.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe not bossy, but like, be that guide, right? It's
Be
totally
the
a different
guy.
dynamic.
Totally. And with that said, another question that I get a lot is like, well, how much do I teach inside of a live stream? And some people just really want to, um, oh, I see two things. It's like, I'm not going to teach all this stuff for free. That's the diva.
Totally.
Or it's like, I want to teach so much, but I don't like this is stuff I teach inside of my course, right? Which is
Yeah.
why it's important to understand how and what to talk about. Um,
I remember that when we first had our call, when we first met, it's like you're probably teaching. It's like, no, 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 no. Like I don't do that anymore because I learn. And then like come to find out once we start working together, like I was still teaching, and that's a kind of a different thing to what you're talking about when it comes to teaching. It's like I feel like I have to teach something in order to create that value that a lot of like, marketing
yes.
courses are talking about. And then when I started working with you and started working through the course, I was like, oh, okay, I'm totally doing it wrong.
Yeah. It's very counterintuitive.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
definitely a science to it,
for
and it's
sure.
not, hold on, let me just see.
See, this is not to be perfect because the sun's gonna get light shine the light on your face in the
It
middle of
is,
your live stream.
it's getting in my face. I'm getting a little annoyed here. Okay.
Yeah. It's right in front of you. That's why it's like
Yes, it's that
yeah,
time of the day.
for sure.
Um,
There you
okay.
go.
So,
It's even worse.
oh boy. Okay, there we go.
There you
There we
go.
go. So what I was gonna say is that yeah, so that's messaging. Like
Yeah,
people, especially right now, you see a lot of bad marketing out there, bad messaging and just stuff that sounds like so like it's just chat GPT. You
yeah,
just know it's AI. And I love AI. It makes everything a lot like life easier, but it's when you're using it in the wrong way without knowing how messaging works,
how
which
to
is
prompt
really
it.
just, yeah, it's not just about the prompts though.
Yeah,
Like it's how when your brain understands the science of buyer behavior, like you use it very differently.
for sure. Yeah,
And I'm not asking you guys to go and learn the science of buyer behavior, but I am saying that that don't rely on it blindly
yeah, yeah,
because it won't just give you exactly like it won't give you what you need.
yeah.
So the antidote for that is to learn like what should I be talking about? What should I not be talking about? Like what's the best way to maximize it so that I'm delivering a ton of value, but
Hmm.
also it's entertaining because let's be honest, learning is not entertaining. I mean,
No,
sometimes there's a time and space for it, right?
yeah,
Like I love Gaia. Who loves Gaia in here?
for sure. I
Put it
love
in the comments if you love Gaia.
that.
I learn a ton there.
Yeah,
But if you notice, they don't tell you how to do it for the most part. They're just talking about their experiences and what happened and how they had this problem and they were able to fix it with this method. So they give you like the name of the method. Not all of them. Some of them do. Like I love Dr. Dispenza's entire course in there. Like some of it's definitely, but for those things, they have memberships. Like you
for
have to be
sure.
level membership to learn everything.
Yeah.
So, a couple of things that I want to mention because I hear this a lot. If you've ever felt like, who am I to go live? I'm not an expert. Why would anyone care what I have to say? There's so many people doing this better than me. I don't have anything unique to offer. I made a list because there's definitely these things happen, right? Like these thoughts go through anyone's mind,
Yeah,
I think.
for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
So
Um,
go ahead.
I was gonna make a point, but I totally forgot what I was gonna say. See, that's gonna happen.
Well, that's why, I always recommend, here's a good tip, always have notes and outlines because
Yeah,
especially if you're someone who gets into the energy of what you're talking about, you'll get into the energy of it and it's kind of like doing a healing. Like when I'm doing an energy clearing or healing, sometimes I get in the energy, I'm like, what did I just do?
yeah, for sure. I
you
always
know,
have to have my notes for sure
wait,
during
wait,
those
what was the
times.
next step? I totally lost, like I was somewhere else.
Yeah,
So that just happens when you are in the energy of talking about something that you're really passionate about, or, so it's okay to have notes. And I always have a note here because I often get ideas when I'm on a live stream. I'm like, oh, I need to find out about that. You know what I mean?
for sure, for sure.
And that's what makes it fun. So don't think that you have to be buttoned up, totally polished. A live stream is meant to be a long form content. People will that tune into it, even the silent watchers, even the people who watch it on the replay, they know that they're going to be listening for a while. So you don't have to speak so fast and get to the point. And
Well, there's also now the speeding up kind of feature on videos, right? So
kind of amazing. I love that because I'm a very slow speaker. So yes, I love that.
I think I
So
can talk fast.
sometimes I can.
Yeah, for sure.
So just a couple of reframes here. So if you're someone who is afraid that you're going to be criticized, like, oh my God, what are they going to think about me? Are people going to judge or criticize me? Just think of it this way. You're
Or how
not,
does my hair look
how does
like?
my hair look?
Or my makeup, does this filter look
Think
good on me? Or do I even have a filter that need a
of
filter?
a quick tip on that, just put on a baseball cap if your hair's not good. Like
Yeah,
put on a baseball cap and that's it. Like
yeah.
show up. That's the most important thing. Think about my client Nadia, who literally woke up. She was walking around not in her underwear, but
Hopefully not. That would be a different show.
she's just being herself in the
Yeah.
morning and making herself coffee and in her kitchen. So, and also think of it this way, you're not here to impress everyone, okay?
No,
You're
yeah.
here to connect with people who need your message. That is why you are here,
Yeah.
okay? Um,
Yeah, that's a really good thing to end with. Because if we think about all the things that could go wrong or that we could do wrong, right?
mhm,
Then we're never gonna do the thing.
totally.
But if we think about who can I inspire today and who can I, like the other day we were just I was kind of like, having a moment and I was like, I need to talk. And you just talk to me, right? It's like that's all I needed, you know?
Be
So
here.
if we're coming from that place of like, you know, I have a message that I want to share with the world. And I feel like if I can reach just one person, it's gonna make a difference for me. Then I did my job, you know. But the chances are it's gonna reach more than one person. It's gonna
Yes.
help more than one because then you have the replays, right? That can live there forever, you know. So if we're coming from that, then all of the fear and all of the worry and all of the what ifs go away.
Come from a space of generosity, a
Yeah.
space of giving, a space of not a space of overgiving, because let's be honest, some of you have specific methods and processes, and you can't, in good conscience, teach someone the entire thing on a live stream.
Yeah,
You can't because you don't know the other person. You don't know,
totally.
there's so many elements in there. So you can grow and know so much about yourself. I'm going a little deep here, but just by the way that you think and what you share in your live streams. If you catch yourself giving away something that you would normally give to your VIP clients, like,
Mhm.
are you oversharing? Is there something inside you that tells you that you need to overshare and only then are you worthy?
That's so good.
You know? So
Yeah.
that's what we do in business.
Yeah.
It's like the overgiving, the not having enough boundaries, not valuing ourselves enough.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know me. I always say that entrepreneurship is a spiritual progression in itself.
It
So are live
is.
streams.
Yeah. For sure.
Yeah. So
Every
listen,
aspect of it, right?
every aspect. So, we are having a workshop where we're going to go in depth and really like legitimately go in depth into how to do it, how to create your live streams in a way that it really connects with people and in a way where they are inspired to take action and buy the thing from you, that first solution that helps them um that helps them solve the problem that they have, you
Yeah.
know?
It creates that bridge from your show
Exactly.
to being able to create that connection. Because without that connection, you're never going to sell anything. That's
Yeah.
really it.
And having a signature show, though you're not selling anything, is great still. Like, don't get us wrong.
For
If
sure.
you want to use it for business, we are having this live workshop. It's going to happen next week, on January 29th.
Yes.
It's called Your Signature Show Accelerator, and it's the 3.0 version. Because we've been teaching this for so long that it's got so many new things added to it.
Yeah, we
Um,
keep improving it. It's like, oh, they need this. Oh, we're doing this now, and now we have to teach it, you know?
yeah, no, this is going to be really awesome. So, we will go ahead and drop a link somewhere around here on the metaverse.
Or just comment my show in the comments, and then that will let us know that
That you
you
want
want to
it.
join us in the workshop.
Much better idea.
Yeah,
So, with that said, you guys, thank you so much for tuning in. And for those of you who got this far, it's like, wow, I'm so excited that you were able to do this. And that really just tells me that you're ready to be more visible in the world,
for sure.
regardless of all the resistance that is always there. It's part of it. You're supposed to have it. You're not broken.
Correct.
You're ready. So I really look forward to seeing you all inside of your signature show accelerator
Okay.
3.0.
Awesome. See you there.
See you there.
Thanks for
Bye.
tuning in. Bye bye.